All right, good. Welcome everybody to Tarot Academy class every Wednesday night at Buddha Belly Records. Today we'll be discussing Sagittarius season. So that's the season we're in right now. And this is basically usually a beginner's class. So we just go over like the basic stuff with tarot. I've been actually learning this stuff for probably over 8 years. I'm in a couple different mystical and magical orders. So I like to use a tarot to help me to unlock my subconscious mind, help me to meditate, manifest stuff. But you could also use it for divination too as well. So this is Maldo's Magic. And the two cards we're discussing tonight will be Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. So I always like to ask questions. Does anyone know how this card connects to what sign?
Sagittarius.
Very good. All right, just to make sure everybody's here paying attention. Because sometimes I'm like, all right, good.
Virgo.
Close. All right, so now, does anyone know what planet the Wheel of Fortune connects to?
Is it Jupiter?
Very good. All right.
What'd you say?
Jupiter?
Jupiter. Okay.
So, all right. Now, what on this Temperance card shows you Sagittarius? Like when you see that card, what tells you, wow, this is Sagittarius?
The sun? Is that the sun?
The sun? Where? The sun right here?
Yeah.
How so?
Makes me think of like fire signs.
Okay. Very good. Anyone else? And there's no wrong answer, guys. It's basically just looking at whatever strikes you through your intuition. You could just say whatever you feel that connects to it. This is how we all learn. So she said the sun, which is very good because Sagittarius is a fire sign.
Triangle in the middle of the dress.
Why? How so?
I don't know. It just
Fire.
kind of. What'd you say?
Does that represent fire? The triangle?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of alluding to, but not necessarily. It just kind of screams Sagittarius to me. The
Okay. How so?
color, the fact that it's just like the perfect triangle, not like an oblique or any weird shape or anything like that.
Okay.
Probably some sort of hidden alchemical symbol behind it.
Well, a triangle apex up is usually fire, and apex down is usually water. So that's why right there, you know, it's showing you in many different ways this is a fire sign. You have the sun here, you have the sigil for the sun right here, point within the circle. Okay. What else shows you this connects to Sagittarius?
The road going to the sun.
Well,
Isn't there a path going to the sun?
Okay. All right, how so?
What do you mean awesome?
How so, Matthew? How so?
I don't know. It's like it
Okay.
Just looks like it just looks like it.
Just so it just goes there?
Yeah.
So on the Tree of Life, this card represents the path that actually goes to the sun, Tiferet.
There we go. That's how so. But good, you're on it. So it's okay because we're all learning here. But the cards are sometimes explicit, right? Sometimes it's hidden, but sometimes it's not. You just have to kind of just look and notice it. Having some background and understanding what the Tree of Life is could help out too. But that's a good one right there. Anything else anyone sees here showing that this connects to Sagittarius?
It's a tough one.
It is, right?
Yeah.
This card, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe with the Boda one, I would see it more.
But there's no like arrow.
Well,
like
technically, this could be an arrow.
Okay.
And think about, ready? There's another thing it's like there. What's temperance about?
Temper.
Withholding.
Balance. And look, they have 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in the water. So this is about balancing, you know, two opposites. So balancing, you know, the fire and, you know, the water. So it's really balancing the Scorpio and the Leo energy. That's what this card is about. But this card is not explicitly showing that. Other variations actually show the angel pouring water on the lion and fire on the eagle or Scorpio. So there you see more balance. Some cards even go further than actually add a bow there, so, you know, because it's
Right.
the what? What's Sagittarius?
The centaur. Archer.
Archer. Yes. Yep. All right. So let's jump into the Wheel of Fortune. So what tells you how do you see this connecting to Jupiter? So you had said Jupiter. So what tells you Jupiter?
Doesn't Jupiter have to do with like luck or like fate and destiny?
Well, I'm asking you. What is this? How does this card say that?
Well, the Wheel of Fortune makes me think of fate and destiny.
Okay.
So that's why I thought of Jupiter.
Very good. Anyone else?
You know, I never really realized this, but except for the Sphinx and the little red dog-looking thing.
Okay.
All of them are yellow. Every single one of them are yellow.
Mhm.
And
Are those supposed to be the fixed signs again?
Go ahead. What was that?
Are those supposed to be the fixed signs like in the world?
They are. Yeah, fixed signs. So on the world, yes, and on the Wheel of Fortune, we have the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. So you have what? Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. So Sagittarius, what kind of sign is Sagittarius? Anyone know?
ethereal.
What was that?
Mutable.
What does that mean?
Changes.
Changes, right? They're adaptable.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Wheel of Fortune is normally like always turning, kind of like how Sagittarius is always changing too, because it's a moon sign. Is that
Okay.
a connection?
Yeah, it has the ability to change.
Yeah.
It has the ability to go with the flow.
Much
Okay.
like your fate, depending on what you do, right?
Yeah,
You change the outcome.
possibly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we see, notice in the Wheel of Fortune? You got the fixed signs, which is great. What is a snake here? What is that there? Why is there a snake on that card?
Transformation.
Does it represent the like Kundalini energy at all? Or-
Could be.
That's what I was
No,
thinking.
Could be. Was it?
Is it the gunas? Gunas, the tendencies.
Possible, right?
Yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune, and so like the Wheel of Fortune taken as like samsara,
Okay.
and then the snake could be gunas that to stop samsara you have to control gunas.
So you have to control. I'm not well versed in Eastern, so what does that mean? Like control. What are you controlling?
So the gunas represent 3 types of energies that are present in all things, but in this context it would be like in your mind.
Okay.
And so as soon as like your natural tendencies start to arise, they disturb the peace that you have.
Like unconscious behaviors or patterns.
Unconscious patterns. It's like a tendency, like an aversion,
Okay.
or like a greed, or like a laziness,
Mm.
torpor.
Okay.
And so some in Eastern religion that to stop the cycle of rebirth, right? The cycle of samsara, which is the wheel.
I see. Okay.
Then you have to immediately notice when those tendencies arise, right? And cut them off as soon as they start to creep up.
Ah.
To
Okay.
maintain stillness,
Okay.
to keep the wheel from spinning.
To keep the wheel from spinning.
Yes, because you want it fixed.
It's interesting you said that too, right? You have to cut them off, right?
Yeah.
So look at the Sphinx with a sword up top. So, and the Sphinx too. People understand what the Sphinx represents too. The Sphinx is like really the purified or the refined 4 elements within us, because the Sphinx represents the 4 elements, and that's why the Sphinx was before the pyramid at Giza, protecting and guarding it with that riddle, and it protected them from people from entering into that, as we did in the last meditation we did last week. So it's interesting how he's up top, and look at his nemesis too, black and white. It's all about balance.
What about they're all reading, it looks like books or something.
Well, there's reference to like Christian iconography or Gospels, because these are also meant to be like the 4 Gospels. So in the 4 Gospels, they also connect this. It's so interesting because you go to cathedrals and you see these animals connected to like above a separate like apostle, right? or the four Gospels, and then also you see it too as well in Ezekiel, the story of Ezekiel when he had his vision. This is what he saw, right? The different angels with the four different heads. You see that in Revelation too as well. So there's a lot of symbolic. In Masonry, you see it in the Royal Arch too as well.
Right.
So it's telling you something. It's pointing to four fixed signs of the zodiac, and they have a meaning, and it's understanding that. That's understanding the balance between these four signs.
And what is the red guy under there? Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is it supposed to represent?
I think it could be a jackal, could be Anubis. You know, it could. You know,
Kind of looks like
It's like a very outlined color, the red and the.
yeah. What does red connect to? We learned this before in past cards. What?
Mars?
Mars energy, right?
male
Male.
energy.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, typically when we associate to Mars, we're kind of that masculine, and then Venus would be feminine.
Okay.
You know, red, Mars, masculine.
Mhm.
From Mars, women are from Venus.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, that's good. Anything else before we go to the next slide?
I'm gonna guess something with the Hebrew.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. No one has actually called that out before in the center. Well, I mean, we got some stuff going on here too as well, right?
Yeah, all of that is like just saying something, but
Okay.
I can't. I don't know Hebrew, but I'm like, okay, there's got to be something with the letters that connect it to Sagittarius.
Does anyone know what those letters represent?
Tetragrammaton.
Very good. Yeah. Four-letter name of God, Tetragrammaton. And that also connects to the four worlds of Kabbalah. And that's what we talked about in the past. That's how you create stuff. You have the archetypal world, okay, that's Atziluth. You have the creative world, that's Bria. The formative world, Yetzirah. And then the manifested world is Asiya. So that's how you create stuff. You want a chair, the archetype is you need something to sit. Then you create it into what kind of chair, and then you form it into a bar stool or, you know, a love seat or whatnot. And then you bring it into the material realm.
So, I don't want to turn this into a Hebrew lesson, but how does that spell out?
That's next class, come on.
How does that spell out Tetragrammaton?
How?
Yeah.
Yod, He, Vav, He.
Oh.
Yehovah or Yahweh.
I think I've seen that on the Book of Enoch. Like that.
Possibility.
Yeah, the same.
Possibility.
The white book you got?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually just read that last night too. Yeah. Good book. All right, so let's get into the zodiac sign Sagittarius. So as you said before, it's the Archer. The date range is from November 22nd to December 21st. So during this time is a time, if you're doing magic or using tarot, is to harness the energy of Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. Okay? So as we said before, it's a fire sign, it's mutable, ruling planet is Jupiter, and the mantra is I seek. Sagittarians are seekers. Any questions about this stuff so far?
What's the symbolism with the centaur again?
As far as?
Like half man, half animal.
Well, it's definitely from Greek mythology, right?
Right.
Right? As it could connect to Chiron, right?
Okay.
Too as well. And the Archer, I like to understand, the Archer and Sagittarius energy is all about balance, but it's understanding that sometimes you have to pull back. I mean, sometimes in life you got to take some steps back. Right? Sometimes we go too forward, right? We're too headstrong. We're too in that Aries energy that rules the head, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to, you know, take a step back, and you need to have a target. Half the time we're like taking step backs and pulling the bow back, and we don't even know where we're going. A lot of people are clueless, have no idea. Go ahead.
Correct that Sagittarius is the only zodiac sign with a weapon.
Ah.
That's a good one. Let me see. Well, if Aquarius took that and like hit it someone's head, no. I'm like thinking. I'm like, wait, let me try. Yeah. So no, I don't. Yeah, you're right. I think.
Scorpio. Because it's the Scorpion.
Yes. But to have an external physical, an external weapon.
Oh, like an actual.
Yes, Scorpio's the one. I mean, Sagittarius, yeah, has a weapon. It's very good. I'm trying to think of what other sign.
An interesting point. I never thought about that.
Yeah. So
Leo's a lion. He's just kind of
That's
ferocious.
It's all like
Insane.
like naturally given weapons.
Right, like naturally.
You know, you got an interesting point.
very good. All right, so let's see how Jupiter affects Sagittarius. So expansion and growth. Jupiter drives Sagittarius' love for adventure, higher learning, and the pursuit of new horizons, whether physical, intellectual, or spiritual. Optimism and luck. Known as the planet of luck, as you said before, right? Jupiter, luck, wheel of fortune. Blesses Sagittarius with natural optimism and ability to attract opportunities and good fortune. So that's what the effect of Jupiter energy on Sagittarius is. And then big ideas and generosity. Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, is a visionary and open-hearted, often sharing knowledge and resources with others. They're very sharing. Every Sagittarius I know, they're sharing. They do events, and they're all about like helping people. And potential for excess. So Jupiter's expansive energy can lead Sagittarius toward overindulgence or taking on too much, requiring balance. If you know any Sagittarius out there, sometimes they could go over too much some stuff, right? They could be balanced, but sometimes they kind of go off track. All signs do. But you have to know thyself, and you have to know whatever sign you are, what are your points where you need to know how to keep in due balance with. So that is some information on how the Jupiter energy affects Sagittarius. So now, if you want to do some magic with it, you could use the energy of Jupiter. You could create some sigils. You could help maybe bring some new opportunities to your life. But you always want to make sure your intentions are true. We good?
I'm just checking.
Cool. All right. All right, so now let's get into some of the cards. So, Temperance. So I did have the card you said before, you pointed out on the flyer right here. So this is the Boda deck. This is the first deck I started learning with. I have my own deck. I colored it. And I like it because it has the Hebrew letter associated with
And it's got
this.
Hebrew on her dress, too.
Yeah, you know what that says?
Yodhe Vadhe.
All right, good. Quick learner. Nice. Excellent. So, all right. So the key word is balance. Okay? And for me, I see the balance as basically it's these two cups show balance, where the position of the feet. And this to me screams more balance because you have the Leo energy and the Scorpio, and they're pouring the water on the Leo and the fire on Scorpio. So that just to me shows balance too as well. And then the key phrase is harmony is achieved through patience and moderation. Okay? Patience sometimes is hard for people. Some people don't have patience or don't have patience with people. And those are the biggest thing. Every day the situations, they try your patience. And it's how you weather it. You need to be able to use that balanced Sagittarius energy to deal with any circumstance or situation. So what do we notice between these two cards? Any differences or similarities? Oh, one at a time. What was that?
The Boda deck doesn't have the two cups.
They don't have two cups? Oh, wow. Okay.
The star instead of the triangle.
So a star instead of a triangle, right? That's like a 7-pointed star. Okay, what else?
It's like there's a rainbow above.
A rainbow. Oh, okay.
There's yods coming off of the fire, and
Oh, right here?
yeah, there's
Oh, good.
yods coming off of the fire. And
Yeah, I don't think the Rider-Waite deck really uses yods. I haven't seen that much yods on it. Sometimes maybe in the tower, I don't remember, but I see more yods on this deck
yeah,
than this deck.
Because they're using Hebrew in that deck a lot.
Yeah.
But
But he's got Hebrew here. He's got it there too.
yeah.
Does anyone know what angel this is?
Raphael?
Michael?
Mikael. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
What is that again, John?
I think that's
missed
fun.
that. Michael? No,
Yeah.
I like
Well,
missed
because I think what happened?
it. I missed that. I'm sorry.
Does anyone know what angel this is?
Right, Mikael.
Mikael.
Because the fire. You said? Oh, obviously fire.
Yeah. This angel represents fire. In some other cards, they have him on other places too as well. Some decks switch it up. So all right. So the judgment card, right? We went over that before. The trumpet, right? Sounding the trumpet. Everyone's rising from the dead. Some decks usually have Gabriel there, but some other decks, like the GD deck, usually has Michael there. But they have total other different symbolism there because it connects to other mysteries and stuff.
How come the sun is like the exact same?
How come the sun?
Yeah, like on the left side.
Mhm.
It's like pretty much not exact same.
It's pretty close. It looks like a crown.
Yeah, that's when.
It's like a crown, right? Because what is that? It's about also, like you said before, Tithareth, right? But it also Tithareth mirrors the energy from above, Kether, which is the crown. So that energy goes through the middle path, middle pillar, to Tithareth, then down to Yesod, and then into the material realm in Malkuth. What else do we notice between these cards?
We've added the animal from the both decks.
Scorpio and Leo, right?
Okay, yeah. And this Leo looks a little subdued, right? He's just like, he's down, different from like the strength Leo.
Because he's got.
What was
He's
that?
tame
He's tamed. Okay.
because,
Yeah, can't
harmony,
take water.
balance, so looks like he's chilling.
And plus, if we go in order, the strength card is where that time in your cosmic development or your conscious development, that's when you're taming the lion. So by the time you get to the 14th card, it's thought that you already subdued that lion. That's why that lion is tamed, like you said before. What else do we notice?
Notice the wings are red on both.
Okay.
A little redder on the left side. Obviously.
It's like there's like red and blue here, right?
Color is like
Mm.
a more like deep blue color as well.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, it's like outlined in blue on the left, and it's not on.
Yeah, so these cards is like, it's really the artist, so because these cards are colored. So usually, some people might color a different color around this. Sometimes, I think my deck, I actually didn't color an outline of some of them. I kept it, so it depends on the artist, but
There's a lot more yellow in the bottom too.
yeah, good. That's very good. There's no yellow back here. That's another common thing too. If you see the Magician, you see the Chariot, you see the Queen of Pentacles, like yellow. Yellow always connects to Tifereth and the sun. And that's why it's in the background too as well. Because go ahead.
Mountain purple,
Here? Yes.
so that could be so.
Yeah. Very good. Which makes perfect sense because your soda is right under the sun.
Yeah, and then Samic connects you so to.
And okay, it's funny because now Samic is what? What does it mean?
What's the word?
Samic, the Hebrew letter you said, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so do you know what Hebrew letter Samic means? Support or prop.
Oh.
Because you understand that it's supported, it's on top of the foundation of Yesod, yeah. So, it's I'll get to that on the next one. But anything else we see here before I go to the next card? This is interesting, right? This is different here.
The flowers, yeah.
Yeah, that's different there.
Symbol on the dress is different. It's not a
What happened?
triangle.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, so we got a 7-pointed star versus the apex up triangle for fire. Yohed Vahe is still there. The sigil for the sun is here, but it's just a little hard to see it, right?
The rainbow on the boat. Is
Now, the rainbow also connects to the tree of life. It spells the letters of certain paths called keshet. That means rainbow in Hebrew, and that's the rainbow they talked about in the story of Noah. That story, like most biblical stories, are Kabbalistic. It's talking about the tree of life. It's talking about how to get to certain places or path working too as well.
Are the flowers lilies in the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could be. They're not. They're not like the magicians. Is usually the white lilies and the red rose. So it could be, but they're not like white lilies. But this artist, Bodadek does like white lilies. You see it prevalent in a lot of them. But he doesn't. But they definitely look like they could be lilies.
Yeah, 'cause that would
Something that grows close to
denote,
the
like peace.
piece. Okay.
Is it safe to say that the Oda deck greatly like alludes to the tree way more than the Rider-Waite? Because there's a lot more veiled things in the Boda deck that directly relates to.
Do you think they're veiled or they're more explicit?
Veiled, but they're just there. You know what I mean? They're just there.
Yeah, because Boda and the group in particular, it's just so we know some history, Boda was a group started by Paul Forsyth after he left the Golden Dawn. He was like a temple chief of the Golden Dawn in a temple in New York around 1920s or so. And he didn't like, he had trouble with the Enochian magic part of it. So he created Boda, and so Boda, yes, is very heavy with the symbolism of the Tree of Life. A lot of different groups and organizations actually use the Tree of Life depiction by Boda. It's just an excellent depiction, which I've showed before. But good observation, because that's how they have me add cachette here. They have a lot of stuff that are connecting to the Tree of Life. So because basically that's what it's about really within that order. The Tree of Life is a big part of it. All right, so let's go to the next one. Any other questions before I go to the next one? All right, so this is the Tree of Life right here. So what we were talking about before, in the background, right, we said the sun. This is Tiferet, that's called the sun center or your solar plex area, right, on the Tree of Life. And this purple area was the mountain she pointed out before. That's Yesod, which means foundation. And this card is the path of Samik right here, support. Because this is a support or prop, which is above Yesod, and it leads straight to Tiferet, to that. That's like the Christ consciousness area, or the Ruach. That's like your basically like ego in a sense, okay? And Yesod is the astral realm. That's when you dream at night, you go here to Yesod.
So when, if you look at Hod, Yesod, and Netzach, that's also alludes to the arch, with Samek being like the arrow for Sagittarius.
Excellent. Yeah. So okay. So I see. So basically, this is the arrow right here,
Yeah.
and then the arch is like. So I see they're pulling it back.
Oh, wow.
That's good. And the GD deck actually alludes to that. And believe it or not, if you ever look at the GD deck, that's a Golden Dawn deck. It's a magical order. A lot of this stuff is based off of, right? They actually have 2 Temperance cards. That's in that deck. They have every other card one, but there's actually 2 variations of Temperance in that deck.
Wow.
Is one a blind, or are they both twins?
What happened?
Is one a blind, or are they like twins? Are they supposed to be like mirrors?
They're totally different. One is similar to the Boda deck, right, with the animals, right, with Leo and Scorpio, and the other one, which I'm going to show soon, is exactly kind of what you talked about here. Like
Wow, that's
it's
literally an arch
Yeah.
in the middle like that.
no, it's.
Because you have to pull back to get to the next. It's pretty.
I like that. You have to pull back. Yes,
Think about it.
you're right. Yeah, and sometimes like getting on the magical path or getting on any path, sometimes you might feel like, oh, I'm going to have to go back to reading and studying. Like you feel like I already went through that stuff, but sometimes it's about that. It's about
Something to it, yeah.
there's a lot to it. It's discipline is very important, and consistency, as I was telling you before. That's how you learn, and that's how you ascend different cosmic and conscious levels of life. So.
That's an excellent point. That people have that they think, oh, I have to start all over at the beginning, but work is a spiral. It's not linear, and so you may be repeating the same things, but you're not working on the same plane necessarily.
Yeah, no, you're right. And so it's because like go through evolution, I'm like, all right, I'm doing good. I go up a level, and then it's like, damn, like you feel like you're not going anywhere because the spiral goes up. But then most of the time you're on like almost a level plane, and then you go up, and that's how evolution happens too as well. Go ahead.
So every single time I see the tree of life, until recently I sent you a picture of it, it's always two-dimensional. And if you look at it, it looks like a three-dimensional shape. So is there more energy centers that are just not labeled because it's constantly been like a two-dimensional depiction and stuff like that? Like, is there more to the tree of life if you look at it from three dimensions?
There's always more.
That's a great question.
There's always more, but there's it's Kabbalah is real Kabbalah, like not real, but like Jewish Kabbalah with a K. They don't let you learn until you're 40.
Yeah.
So meaning it's not to be selected. You have to be they think mature by that time. You have your job, you have your family ready. So you have a lot of stuff out of the way so you can focus on it, right? But so when I said back before, there's 4 worlds in Kabbalah, right? So there's 4 different trees. So there's levels to it. It gets very deep, and you could find the tree of life on this symbol too as well. Like it's there, so there is some 3D to it. But first, you want to crawl before you start walking, right? You want to at least learn, how many paths are on there. Do you know how many paths are on the tree of life?
3.
Okay. How many paths are on the tree of life? Anyone know?
22?
Yeah. So just so you know, ready? So the tarot cards, how many major arcanas are they? It's for anyone. I'm not trying to point you out, single you out, but how many major arcanas? 22. Yes, so the 22 major arcanas all connect to a Hebrew letter, which all connect to the path on the tree of life. And then there's 10 spheres. So what is that?
Oh, you mean like the path between each
Paths.
individual center?
These are paths, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I thought you meant from Malkuth, the bottom, right? I thought you meant like how many paths from that one.
Yeah, so in total, there's 22 paths. There's 10 sephiroth, so that is 32. And then there's an invisible one that would make it 33rd. And that's where you get the symbolism of 33, and we know where that leads. Okay,
Yeah.
so but it's all there, but it's there for those to have eyes to see, and it takes discipline to learn this stuff. So how does Temperance and Sagittarius relate to the word prop or support? Even though we kind of went over that, but I just want to ask the question: how does it relate to the word prop or support? How does temperance in general, like the word, what it means?
She's got fire and water.
Okay, but I'm at now the word really. So think of the word temperance, what the word means. How does that relate to prop or support? Having temperance, having balance. How does that relate to?
You can't have a structure without balance. So you can't, if you build a building and it has a 15-degree or some odd angle wall and it's not all square, it's gonna collapse. So without balance, without some sort of, level or balance, it's all gonna just.
So you're saying if I have 7 martinis, I'm not going to have balance? See, no, but I'm saying, but that's where temperance comes in. It's like understanding how to use temperance and when to use it. You should always be using temperance.
Discernment.
To use your discernment?
Yeah.
Oh, it could be kind of prudence, right? Temperance is, it could be. Okay. What else?
Knowing how much to give, when to give it.
I feel like also
Okay.
when you're balanced and you have temperance, you have more to give. You have more to offer. Because you are in that state of being balanced, Because if you're not balanced, then you're not going to be able to use your discernment to know how much to give.
So, okay, I get it. So now you're saying if you're not really pouring water on the Leo or the fire energy within you, right? and you're not really putting the fire on the water energy, right? The Scorpio energy, then you'll be unbalanced to a point where you can't give energy to help others out. You're saying, or help yourself?
Or even yourself. You
Okay.
won't be able to. You won't have that clarity to use your discernment.
How do you get there? How do you get temperance? How do you get balance, Mike?
I thought of more so a relationship like aspect, like if someone's really tense or they really have like a bad day and they're pissed off or whatever, their partner or their friend may kind of like make them feel better to bring the balance to their life by like bringing them up, and that's like a support system. So maybe
you
with
have to
the-
be soft in order for them to be like harsh in a way, like let
Yeah.
them feel their own feelings.
Like knowing when to be soft and when to be.
I think that's discernment.
Just, like,
That's
bringing each
discernment.
other up, when
So-
you're kinda,
But can you have temperance without like? Do you need your partner to give you temperance?
right. That's just
Well, I get it. No, I get it. That's
just
good.
one way to look at it.
How do you get temperance yourself without a partner?
So I feel like this is the whole foundation of like seeking, because he's Sagittarius energy of a seeker, like I seek. So in balancing the ego and like I don't know, the divine or the higher self,
Okay.
that's essentially how you support yourself as a human in your entirety. It's like the entire, building blocks of us as individuals, not only in the physical but in the spiritual. You need to have, I guess, like the discernment of when the ego's coming in and when like the divine comes in. I don't know. It's just like
So
this card is like the whole foundation of like. I feel like.
And it literally rests. It literally rests on the foundation.
Yeah.
It's literally the way to like the next level of consciousness. Tiferet, you have something, Briggs?
I mean, in masonry, we talk about temperance being like the restraint on the passions.
Okay.
Like freeing yourself.
Okay.
Like what ritual you like from the allurements of vice.
Oh, okay. So it also could be temperance could be having the balance between the pillar of severity and the pillar of mercy. That's what these pillars are, because the pillar in the center is a pillar of beauty.
I think Mike
Yeah, Mike. What do you?
No, that just reminds me
Yeah.
of a couple of William Blake quotes. One of
Okay.
which is, "A fool who persists in his folly becomes wise."
Hmm.
And I believe he also said, "The path of excess leads to the palace of wisdom." So,
The path of excess.
yeah, which I guess sort of points out to, if we can we learn temperance through our experiences, right? Like, as we go along these roads and take these bumps, hopefully, if we're paying attention, then we kind of.
So like how you weather the storm, really? Is that how you're saying you get
Well, in
temperance?
a sense, yeah. That almost. I
Say it
think
again, the path of...
the path of excess leads to the palace of wisdom, and the other one was, "A fool who persists in his folly becomes wise." The idea being that eventually, if you don't utterly destroy yourself, you should learn something.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully.
Eventually, okay.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So yeah, I guess it would be essentially right. Like if because how else do we learn anything, right? We kind of bump and bruise and sort of stumble our way into things.
That's why the first card is what? The Fool, right?
Right. Yeah. It's
Fool's journey, right?
right?
And you see the mountains in the background too as well. But what comes after the Fool?
Magician.
Yeah, because that's what you need to be able to transition to. You're always the Fool at heart, because the Fool represents super consciousness, right? It's above all the tarot deck. But you need to then learn how to master your desires, right? Master, your intellect, and
The magician has all four suits in it, correct? Right? Like.
yeah, you master the four elements, and there's four tools you're using on the magician's table.
I also feel like reaching like this state of being, you have to study yourself and know your patterns, like what you were saying, like the Sagittarius is the seeker, so you have to seek out even the most uncomfortable parts of yourself to be able to vibrate at this frequency.
So that's like shadow work, right? Maybe.
Yeah, shadow work.
So know thyself. That's a very important thing with a lot of groups. And even in the movie The Matrix, and everybody watched The Matrix, on the way to the Oracle, what did it say on there? Know thyself. Yeah. You have some?
In the Thoth deck, this is
See, it
the
is
art
Thoth.
card.
Or because I say Thoth.
No,
I say Thoth.
too, and he really
Thoth,
wanted to say
Thoth.
I say Thoth too.
I say
But it's the art card. And,
Okay.
and so that alludes to a
Oh, I
level
like
of-
that.
a level of skill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And intention. And so Sagittarius is the archer, obviously, and so it has a target, right? And you're coming out of your soul, the unconscious mind, right? And now you're setting your target, your goal, on reaching Tiferet,
Okay.
right? And I think a lot of people who embark on like mystical journeys and spiritual path, a lot of times you reach a point where you're like, well, what am I? Like you don't really know where you're going.
Oh yeah.
You're just like you're seeking.
Yeah.
But this really alludes to a point in your journey where like you have a definite target.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer a question with a question now. Can you get to Tiferet without going through, like, can you go through a different path? Like, can you take your Sod to Netzach or to Hod instead and get there? Is it bad, or what do you think on that? What's your thoughts on that?
Obviously you can, but like you can go all kinds of ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think that Sagittarius is like
About going like a balanced way.
a balanced way, but also very like I'm going this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
But
like
it has
the target's there.
target.
So you're okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So let's go to the next one real quick. So Wheel of Fortune. So the key word is change. Key phrase is life cycles bringing opportunities and challenges. Embrace the turning of the wheel. Now, I put a different variation of the Boda deck. It's a little more modern, but it's still the same type of symbolism that the Boda deck uses. And we have, does anyone know what Hebrew letters down here? Kaf, yeah.
I was gonna say something with a C.
Oh, okay. All right. I think it's like a K, but you're close.
Oh, okay. It sounds like a sound.
Very good.
And it looks like it.
So what do we notice about these cards? Any differences or similarities? I think we have in the past some classes went over it, but since this is Jupiter ruling Sagittarius, I wanted to go over it again so we could see what are the similarities or differences on these cards.
I noticed the Sphinx is kind of like in the clouds, kind of like purposefully hidden, essentially like the same color as the background of both, to represent that.
Ah, okay. I like that.
You see what
I see. Wow. Yeah. That's. Yeah. I think I never noticed it like that.
It's
So.
kinda like purposefully like in the middle, and
Because what does that tell you? That, like, think about it. If it's the same color as the background, right? And the background could be the expansive universe, right?
right, all of it, all. So it's like embodying all four like elements,
Or sometimes it's even beyond it, because I feel like it's not the same color as these guys, right? And it's not the same color as the clouds. So if it's the same color as what's behind it, right? Behind the scenes, right? That picture of the guy piercing the veil behind it. So it's almost like that power is about connecting to that universal cosmic power. It's even beyond fixed signs and zodiacs in this realm. It's expansive. It's something that's basically relates to higher levels beyond Kether within the Tree of Life. What else do we see? Any differences or similarities?
The jackal, or whatever that thing is.
Okay.
It's got like these drapes on it. Like I don't know if that's a big difference, but I just noticed.
That's a big
it's got,
difference.
Like, these little drapes right there.
Okay. That's a difference. I don't know what that is, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's just in more detailed artwork, but what is a big difference is in the top left corner. They don't have wings, and it's just the regular person.
oh yeah,
Like,
Just
compared to
the heads versus the full
That's,
body.
that's really good. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Because once again, the different types of artists. The Boda deck, he's I would say more explicit. Like the Rider-Waite Smith deck kind of ties into more of like a certain time period, with how his characters are dressed and stuff. With the books, to me, this kind of screams like four gospels in a way. It's like alluding to that. Where here, this is just more like, no, this is Aquarius.
Right.
Because Aquarius is the man. Like, you don't really need a body to know it's a man, where you have the head, really.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, is there a reason why the jackal's back is turned like in that position? Like, is it
Like, why the back's like this?
Yeah, like does that like allude to something where he's kind of, his chest is out and is he hovering behind it? Is he kind of?
Looks like he's taking
Is
it
it-
for a ride.
I just noticed that, like, why that position?
Well, it seems to me that it looks like he could be reversing it. So the snake, if they're going down this way, they're going
It's like a
counterclockwise.
circular movement,
But it's counterclockwise too.
right?
So it could mean something, right? To me, I see this as using the Kundalini energy, right, to reverse maybe the wheel of time, right? Because it's if you see the snake's head that way, it's going counterclockwise. So it's trying to reverse something, or you have to use the Kundalini to get to the jackal. This could be Anubis too as well. Could be with the. Go ahead.
It's on the Boda deck.
Right.
Yeah.
And Anubis, what is it? Who's Anubis? Anyone know?
Anubis is the Egyptian god of protecting the dead, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he helped safeguard them, and he helped them with the transition, and that's why I just went, because I'm seeing the snake, the jackal, or Anubis, and then the Sphinx.
Yeah.
So it's like you're using that Kundalini energy to basically make that transition, and then you become the Sphinx. It's like a cycle. That's what I see in there.
Or if you could become the Sphinx, then you just chill on the top. It doesn't affect you really.
Yeah.
I really
Right?
like the Boda deck, how they made it like an intentional effort to remove the wings to demonstrate that the sides are fixed. Which,
Oh, I like that.
Which alludes to fixed thought.
You guys could have a seat over here. It's all right. Hey, have a seat over here, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the class. All right, guys, so we're going to start from the beginning, right? Yeah, right? So I like that. No wings, so that further alludes to, you said, fixed sign, right? Because with wings, wings, you move with wings, right? You fly away. So
And fixed thought. So.
that's interesting. What else do we notice on these cards?
There's also a lot more red in the Boda deck, and there's
A lot more red?
yeah, like there's so much more yellow on this one, and there's more red on that one. Like in general, there's not much yellow going on in the Boda deck.
Yeah, because the Boda deck is more close to the actual colors of the depictions of the fixed signs.
The handle is sort of gold on the board deck.
Welcome, welcome. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. You guys can have a seat.
There you go.
So,
That's how you go on the sword. It's gold.
I like that. So, okay, so we got the handle on the sword of the Sphinx is gold. You have the beak of the eagle, which is gold, and that alludes to some stuff too as well, if you understand the power of the eagle. And then you have the snake that's gold too as well.
The hair is blonde. And
Okay. What is that telling you? And then look at the eyes of the lion. So what is that like? What are your eyes? Focus, eagles, the bird that's said to be able to look into the sun, right? Sun, gold. So
Is the cow's eyes gold too? I can't tell.
the cow's eyes, no, it just looks like black and white. These you could tell that his eyes are gold.
What color are the eyes on the top left?
This person, you can't really tell. You can tell the eagle's eyes are gold.
His hair is gold too.
Yeah. So which could allude to some stuff, right? A way to to use a certain type of solar energy too as well. Anything else we notice here?
I think we covered that.
All right, on to the next one. All right, so we'll go into the letter associated with the Wheel of Fortune is Kaf, and Kaf means a palm or hand grasping something. So it's understanding. The Wheel of Fortune is all about understanding or grasping a kind of idea or kind of actions that need to be taken place to be able to master the Wheel of Fortune or master, reincarnating and not reincarnating. So to be the Sphinx, you got to have some kind of grasp on things, on life, on how the spiritual practice works, or on how using, Kabbalistic energies on the paths work too as well. So how does a palm or grasping something relate to the Wheel of Fortune and Jupiter? In what you guys think, in your own words. What was that? Oh, I can't hear you. Okay. Are you speaking out loud? Okay. Thinking out loud? All right, so just so you know, we're going over, this is Sagittarius season. So we're going over the Temperance card, which connects to Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so we're going over the Wheel of Fortune because that card represents Jupiter. So we're kind of going into it, examining the cards, and seeing, what connects to it, differences, similarities, and whatnot.
Thank you.
And this card, this letter, is actually a different path on the Tree of Life. So this path is from Netzach, victory, or the Venus energy, to Hesed, or mercy, and the Jupiter energy. Anything else relates to the Wheel of Fortune and Jupiter?
Well, I think
Go
that
ahead.
it's interesting that the letter Kaf represents this card because with your palm, with grasping, that's how you control anything. And
Okay.
so it's implying even like the fixed signs and like removing of the wings. That, like this is a sense of control over what's represented in the card, which is the Wheel of Life.
Okay. So as a control, could it be also grasping, like also mentally too, like the understanding of how to control the fixed signs, or how to be balanced with them, or how to use them? What do you think about that?
I think I would relate that more to like a knowledge than an understanding, because when I think of understanding, I think of more.
And that's on the other side, other pillar too, yeah. So this side is all about, this is the what? The wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Because knowledge is Daf. So this is this is a pillar of wisdom. This is a pillar of beauty, right? This is the pillar of, right, strength or severity, depending on what kind of philosophy you're connecting to. What's up? You got a Briggs?
Does the, like slightly side question, the palm, that shape, does that have, how can I say, any connection to a certain Masonic group where we see that also being used?
Wow, that's a good one right there. That could be. Like, I think I know what you're talking about. It could be. Yeah. Could be.
Just as an aside, could the gold that you were pointing out earlier in all of the detailing be like a reflection from Tiferet into that path?
So, okay, so you're saying.
Like, is that what could that be, or is that too much of a reach, like what they were trying to allude to?
I think because if you correlate it with the Tree of Life, and there's paths that lead to these, so it could be, seen as that. Like, there's paths, a lot of paths connect to Tiferet, right? But I think I think the placement of it means something. Meaning, the sun, the snake is gold, right? So that like that Kundalini energy, could also be, the solar energy within, right? The sword, right? Think about this. This is where you get it right here. So the sword, that's the hilt, right? The hilt is gold. And how do you what do you do with a hilt? You what? You grasp it. And so it's further alluding, it's further telling you you have to be able to grasp the way to use this solar energy. You have to understand how to grasp it, and the eagle knows how to grasp it. The eagle, if you understand what it has to go through with that beak.
It still blows my mind.
Yeah.
When I get deep into the cards like this, how much thought is put into every single detail. Like if you really think about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like someone had to express these astral ideas into a 3D or like a 2D like image.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
That's why these cards represent the energies behind them. Yeah, they represent the astrological, the planetary energies. These are raw energies. The moon affects water here.
Right.
And just because you can't see it, it's like radio waves. They're there.
Right.
They're very powerful. But it's understanding how to balance them and how to use them too as well.
Also, could it be like, for me, like grasping something is like bringing it to reality, like to this physical. So could it be in a reverse where it's like bringing these ideas down into the like physical plane?
I guess-
What it is like.
I guess you could say that, yeah, in a way, if you're going through your Yesod astral realm and you get into that center there and then be able to grasp it, I say we're saying pulling it down into the material realm. How would you do that?
I really like Boda's deck.
It is, right? I like it's a good deck. It's the first deck I learned, so I've always been like, it's like my handicap deck, but then like I like to, I'm a fixed sign, so I wanted to get out of my, putting myself in a box. That's why I started using the Rider-Waite deck, and I like the Thoth deck too as well. I don't always use that one, but they're pretty much my favorite decks to use because the symbolism is pretty interesting. But to me, the Thoth deck is totally different. It's one. We had a guy here for a podcast a couple of weeks ago, and he's been using it for over 30 years. Crazy story with it, and basically, he said that that deck is more like abstract and like into like they say the new Eon or more like the Art Deco, where the Rider-Waite Smith deck is more in the past. It's like it's more stuck in the past. It's more like focused and conservative the way they draw stuff. It's very it's like rigid and like nope, this is a cathedral, so.
Well, and I think because the way the Thoth deck, when you think of the paths, they're transformative energies, and so I think that's why the artistry is depicted in such a way.
Yep.
I studied Boda's deck.
Oh, really?
Not in depth, but I think Paul Foster Case did really great work
Oh, yeah.
on tarot.
Yes.
And to me, they're not so different.
I see what you're saying. Okay. All right. So now let's get to the fun part. So let's pull some cards. But so I wanted to add, different flavors here. So I definitely added some of the Thoth deck here, right? Because we have to. But I also added a different variation of the Boda or Rider-Waite Smith deck. Kind of. This is more of like a
Like a blending of the two.
yeah, which is very interesting because look at the jackal here. Look where he's at now.
Oh, he's kind of
He's like holding it up right there. He's holding up, and we actually really didn't go over this too much. This is also anagram. This is rota. This is a rota, or this anagram for Torah or tarot. That these letters around here too as well, and then these are all alchemical stuff here too. We got Mercury, we got sulfur, and then over here we have Aquarius. Yeah. But this I was telling you before. This is the other variations of the Temperance deck. This is the Hermetic Grove of the Golden Dawn, Chicken Tabitha Cicero deck. They have the arch right here, the bow with the rainbow on the bow, and it's in the center of it. But this does not have the lion or the eagle on either side. Their other variation does have it.
Which deck is that one? The one with the jackal just holding up.
It's just honestly just one I went online, just typed in. Sometimes I like to find different decks that I've never studied just to see the difference with symbolism. This is cool because they wrote Aquarius there. It's more like a modern deck. Wrote Scorpio, have the sigil there, so you know what it is. They have the sigil of Leo, and they have Taurus right here on a plant to symbolize it's Earth too as well. But they don't have. There's no animals there.
I like it. It's just like.
And there's no. Oh, look where the snake's at. on the sword.
Oh.
And that's Kundalini because what? Sword, middle pillar, right? That's where the Kundalini goes up your spine. So let's talk about these two cards right here. Look at the. So the Wheel of Fortune is, I guess, fortune on the Thoth deck. It's pretty. It is similar,
You can get lost in that.
but you got a little addition here. Look who we got over here.
A little bit.
Who's this guy? Little baboon, right? The baboon. It looks like. I think that connects to a Egyptian god, if I'm not mistaken.
Hanuman?
Oh, his Thoth had.
He was also the head of an ibis, but also appeared as a baboon.
Yes. Okay. And good in the Lion King, that's that baboon too as well.
Yeah.
Everything is gold there. They really use the color gold there. The Wheel of Fortune's there, which is different. Just looks like a rotor. The buffoon is gold. All right, so Thoth. I think that is the jackal, but it looks like he has like a snake tail maybe. And the Sphinx is also gold. A lot of gold there.
No, you're fine.
And I like how you said before is the art card. I like it too because it also has the vitriol around it too as well, in Latin. And we know that some Masonic or chambers might have that, or that's a alchemical phrase. It's all about going to the interior, right, finding that stone. Which go ahead.
Big triangle in the back.
Where? Right here?
The two on the left is
Oh wow, yeah, you see a triangle there.
Oh yeah. It's got the center of the circle, like right. I wouldn't say
Yeah, it's not really in the center of the triangle,
no.
but it is a triangle there.
It kind of looks like a compass too.
Yeah, that's what I was
Is
gonna
that what
say.
you
It
like?
looks like a with a ship, like what you're.
Oh, it does.
Like a
yeah.
chariot, yeah.
Yeah.
Like your
Like a
sky ship.
yeah.
But I think he purposefully put, if you notice the way that's positioned in the middle, John,
The way
on that right there,
how it's positioned.
the square and compass.
Okay,
You see it?
I see it.
On the wheel.
It's also, believe it or not, it's also the golden dawn symbol too as well. He's got the triangle. He's got the sun in the middle there. He doesn't have a cross anywhere above it like you see on normal GD symbols, but that could be an allusion to it. This looks like it's like the sun rays or whatnot.
It's got 10 spokes in there.
Okay, because this is the number 10 card.
Oh wow.
Do you think there's a relationship between the numbers of the trumps, like with art being 14 but 5, and relating to the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune?
You're saying what we're doing with theosophical reduction, like reducing it down to 5?
Like, do you think that there's a relationship with that or not?
Well, there's definitely a relationship because Jupiter rules, right? Sagittarius. So I think that right there you connect that too as well. What else? Let's see. How is it art? That's the thing. How is it art? That's another issue, interesting thing right there.
It implies intentionality.
So having temperance is intentionality, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I see that. All right.
Right, like focus, you know.
Oh, temperance is also discipline, right? To have temperance, you got to be disciplined.
But even like what you were saying before, to have like a point, like a target.
Yeah.
The art, you're putting intention into something. Even if you're, like painting, you see the finished product before it's done, and you're, working towards that. Final
So you're kind of going within to pull out. You're going back. You're pulling out from within, right? To put stuff out, right?
Yeah.
You're almost using the four worlds of Kabbalah to create an artwork.
Wow.
You're going in. You have to, right? Because where else are you taking it
You're
from?
pulling back. And you're,
Yeah. You have something?
Yeah, I'm gonna go off a little scientific tangent here.
All right, here we go.
Um,
Let me get the microscope out. Well,
you know how they say left brain is more logistical and right brain is more creative. And,
Yeah.
You know, if you're stuck in your left brain, you're all statistical, analytical, whatever, and then with art and creativity, and that's more of the right brain. But you see that it's two faces, two sides to everything, water and fire energy, and it's both in unison, so to speak. So they're using both sides of the brain necessarily to be creative.
that's good. Yeah, very good. Because you have to. You got to use the head and the heart, right? You know.
Anybody else need any drinks or anything?
Yeah, I would if I may. I'll take a. I'm doing telepathy. You know what it is. You know.
I got you.
Okay.
Anybody
Let's
else?
see if he gets it right.
You want one of the
Kava, kratom? Kratom? What kratom? White dragon or
I
Blackberry.
a lot,
blackberry?
but
Okay.
The world's famous blackberry, 3 dragons.
Got raspberry, hibiscus, blackberry.
It's all up here.
peach.
Anything else? Anybody?
Yeah, can I have a Cabo Pina?
Yes.
Pina colada?
Anybody else? Going once, going twice?
I think that comment about left and right brain is spot on because
Right?
I think that that's Diana, and I think Diana pertains to the moon, if I'm not mistaken, which would,
Diana does connect to the moon, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And
But how does Jupiter connect to the moon, right? Well, Jupiter has moons, maybe? Is that what it is?
yeah, Jupiter has many.
It does have many moons, right?
It's literally known for to have.
It's okay. What is it?
It's known to have like the moon, like lots of moons.
Many moons? Okay. I like that. Okay.
Yes, that's
Thank you.
Here you go. Yeah, I'm mixing the two. I'm ready.
The color of the faces matches the opposite arms.
So, all right. You're saying the color of the faces?
Yeah, like so the left face matches the right arm, the color of her well. The
Oh.
right face, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, because your left side controls the right side, right? I'm lefty, so I'm more in my right brain. That's what controls me. So I'm more creative. I'm lefty. Yeah. Right. I'm lefty. Right? Well, there's a lot of presidents and actors that are lefty too, as well. So
Wait, you're left.
I mean, there's only a couple cameras here, right? But so yes, I'm lefty.
It explains a lot.
That's a good one right there. So you have the faces is like a lighter color, so is the opposite arm, hand. But then now even the lion's a different color too. The lion's
Well, you can also
similar
see,
color.
like the right face is looking at the left arm or the opposite arm.
Mhm.
That's how it literally works.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, because the symbolism behind it,
They're colored the same too.
the author was trying to connect, from my research, like science and spirituality.
That's what I'm trying to do.
He was trying to bring in that new aeon of not just going by what it says in the Bible, so we've been doing it for 100 years, so it's just what it is. And actually, learn to ask questions and learn there's a scientific reason why and how this stuff happens.
yeah,
So
the
my
method of
observation
science,
is
the
pretty
aim
good.
of religion.
Yeah. What is it?
The method of science, the aim of religion.
Yes. I like that.
What's that
The aim of religion, right? The aim. What was that?
on the bowl? Is it a symbol? I can't really see it.
Whoa. Okay, ready? Right here?
Yeah, right there.
All right, so we got, it looks like a crow on a skull with a cross above it, maybe?
What the heck? Wait a minute.
Could be a crow or a raven. I know that's somewhere, right? I've seen that somewhere. I forgot where. I don't know if it's Greek mythology or Edgar Allan Poe, story or something, maybe.
Well, crow on the skull.
What happened? Who's ready to get in the hot seat? unless you have anything else that we're noticing here on these cards, because no one really touched Temperance over here. We really didn't touch that. To me, this looks like the Jedi symbol over here
Oh yeah.
a little bit.
Kind of like the Halo swords too.
Yeah.
As well, she's like standing on it, and you can't really stand on a bow and aim with it without balance.
And if you look, she's standing here, but it looks like she has 4 feet. There's some, oh, no, maybe the end of the, it looks like it could be feet, or that's maybe part of the arrow.
That's part of the arrow, but she's definitely standing on it
You got that
with
campfire.
balance. Because if you don't have balance, you can easily like kill yourself. Or
Whoa, well, yeah, let me hear that. So if you don't have balance, you could easily kill yourself.
destroy yourself.
Okay. All right. I like that. And that I could apply it to anything in life. That's why temperance is important in life.
Is that the smoke from the fire going around in the back? Like,
This smoke looks like a,
it's going up and back down, almost like around, making that. Yeah, like is that what's going on there?
it looks like, I can't see past the top, but yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it, yeah.
That's where you get the large one.
All right.
All right, hot seat contenders.
Oh,
These are hot seats to get a reading.
Yeah, so what we doing, so the hot seat? All right, first time here? Okay, so we come with, you have to vacate the hot seat, okay? Hot seat's up here. Make sure you warmed it up for her too, right? All right, good. Mike, get the hot coals.
Get the hot
Well, you're near Sagittarius too, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, perfect, all right. All right, so the reading, in the past we've done a past, present, and future reading. So what we're doing now is the Maldo's 4-card pull, or the 4-card pull. So meaning we're doing 4 cards, and we want to tell like a story. So how we do it here is we want you to think of a question. You don't have to say it out loud, okay? And once you have the question, sit with it for a while, and when you're ready, I'm going to pull out the deck, and I think I'll let you choose. You want me to pull the Rider-Waite-Smith deck or the Thoth deck?
Both.
Perfect. And then, since it's 4 cards, we need 4 volunteers. It's not past, present, future. It's just you need to volunteer to do either 1, 2, 3, or 4. And you're going to do a reading based off the stuff we've been learning, based off your intuition, and direct it to her question, even though you don't know it. But this is what divination's about. So who would like to volunteer?
Just for clarity, it's leading to the future, like it's the general consensus.
I just think it's a story.
A story, right?
But a story could be cyclic, right? A story could be like, it could be seasonal, right? It could be seasonal. But I want it to be a story, 4 cards, however, you interpret it based on what card there and how you're connecting to what question she's asking. But don't think of it as past, present, future as much. Let's try to get away from, and let's try to use it as like we're trying to use multiple cards to tell a story based on the reading.
Let them find their own answer.
Yeah, or connect to whatever they're looking for as far as sometimes people need guidance. They might have a question, right? So, all right, so we need some volunteers. Make sure we got all the right cards out here. All right, let me move some stuff here. We got a lot of nice stuff there. Chips. Okay. So you thinking of a question?
yes.
Okay. Who wants to do the first card?
Cricket.
No, I hear a phone. I think I hear a phone ring.
I think Mike
I'll
wants
volunteer. I'm not feeling confident in my powers.
All right, so we got you do the first. Okay, let me just get him shuffle the best way I can.
Jonathan, do you want me to aim to spin this a little bit?
Can you? Yeah.
Can you see in the monitor? Or is it-
Do you want this one spun too or no?
See, what I'm gonna think is I'm probably gonna.
Good.
Yeah, should be good. Trying to see if this thing turns on. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay, very good. All right, let's go down there. That's not gonna work. Don't fall.
tables are kind of out of hand.
What's that?
The tables are cut off. You know.
Okay, you know what?
Oh, you go right there.
Yeah.
Slide the table towards you and everything, so
Oh yeah, you're good in there.
Yahtzee.
Ew.
Stay. Okay. Okay, pick 4 cards. All right.
Up or down?
You can put it right here, and we don't do reversal, so.
Okay.
But let's just pick the 4 first, and we'll flip them over. All right.
Thank
Okay. All right. All right, first card we have interference. That's the 8 of Swords. Second card we have 9 of Cups, happiness. Third is the Knight of Dis. And the last is 7 of Dis, failure. So for the first card, Mike, come up and...
Right? Pardon me. I'm not too familiar with the imagery from the top.
Okay.
If I'm
Just what comes to you, just do what comes to you.
The Eight of Swords is, I don't know if that's the lady closed off and circled by the blades.
I see you connecting to the right away.
Right, yeah, that's just what I'm.
It's
used
okay.
to. But I mean, certainly with a title like Interference, I think I might be on the right track.
And an interesting thing too is if you really look, this is Jupiter in Gemini.
Right.
So I like this Jupiter, Sagittarius. So, but go on.
So to me, it certainly speaks of being caged, in a sense. I mean,
Okay.
it's you know, aside from the obvious title of Interference, right? It's a literal barrier made out of bladed instruments. You know, not necessarily something that's impossible to escape, but maybe something that's going to require a little thought and I guess temperance, you might say, right? You got to make the right choice and think things through. But yeah, I think it speaks to some type of constraint, right? And swords are associated with air, so it's sort of more within yourself almost, or you know, excuse me, more ideas and thoughts and actual, you know, physical barriers.
Yeah, they even think about the Gemini energy too, right?
Yeah, the duality of it. That's about all I got.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right, so who's doing the second card? 9 of Cups, happiness. Come on up.
Actually, I'll just read from here.
Okay, oh, you did good last time doing like that. Let's see.
So,
You did pretty good.
can I like read both of them because it kind of like ties into the next card? Ooh,
Absolutely.
my heart's like nervous. Okay.
Yeah, tell a story.
So for me, I looked at that card and initially felt like someone or something left, like something just. It was a very abrupt. Someone or something ended. It like kind of just stopped. But with this, I guess, abrupt change or someone leaving, you've found your happiness, you've found what lights you up and what has brought you joy. That could be through learning yourself and like you're very wise. I mean, Mike said it before, you know. But yeah, just reclaiming yourself with this devastation. It felt like very like devastating this past, whatever this is. But yeah.
And it's also Jupiter there too as well. Wow.
Got the big Jupiter energy.
That's Jupiter and Pisces right there. That's what that's Jupiter and Pisces, that card.
Jupiter rules Pisces also, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so anything else you're adding?
Oh, just like emotions, like happiness, like finding, you know, what you want. Emotionally, I think it feels more so like an emotional, like, I don't know, change.
Very good. Cups, yeah, that's
But, yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
Excellent job. Third card. Who's coming up? You heard that too, right? Could have been Michael, someone, Angel Michael. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey Bob.
Is it okay if I pick up the card?
Well, we're doing a third card?
Who's this one?
Yes.
I thought she read both.
Oh, she read these two right
She
here.
was reading me.
Yeah. Which you could, yes, just so you could read it from these three cards together and let the last person do the whole thing.
I need to meditate on it for a bit.
And it's a little different. They're probably not used to the artwork here. We use the Rider-Waite usually, but
We're switching it up.
challenge them. That's good. Yes.
It's getting really unconscious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like following the loss that Jay was talking about, there's some sort of new opportunity to build a new foundation, but it's coming together very slowly. But it's meant to come together at a slow pace, so it's stronger this time and less likely to fall apart. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm getting from this card. So, thank you.
Yeah. Please do.
Okay. So it feels like the initial card is something that you maybe have not moved on from, and it feels like the card that she was reading, I feel like, well, you're a very natural born leader. Like whatever you've stepped into your emotions and it has allowed for you to like kind of like follow your path and then like be like, hey guys, like this is like the path. Like I don't know, like
Wow.
like I don't know.
Have we met before?
No. But I feel like you feel like something's failing, like something is just not working. And like and it's almost as if like there's so much responsibility on you. But I feel as though this isn't like the story continues, it's not just like failure. I feel like this is like the first card and this card are like things that have to be like addressed with like for you, within you. Like this leadership, feeling like you always have to know what to do or like what happens kind of thing. But like, I don't know, I just feel like something, like you want something to work out. And I feel like whatever this first card is like kind of like, I don't know, bleeding into the others. Like it's like bleeding into the other cards, for me at least. This one's the strongest card for me, the discs card.
And this card, yeah, it says failure, but
Like I don't think it's like...
it's Saturn in Taurus, so it's like understanding the Saturn energy right there. Saturn's restriction. Saturn it also is Binah too as well. But you don't create without restriction.
Right.
There's no creation without it. Sometimes failure leads to creation.
Yeah, I feel
Right?
like the failure card is giving me like
Stuck.
the awareness of certain things not working out, and again having the awareness to, seeing it as like, okay, this isn't working out, and then moving towards what does.
And I also feel like when you lose something, it's to make space for whatever is actually meant to come in. So,
If failure is like has a negative connotation, but it's like someone tried to do something bad to you and they failed, right? So you can put that spin on it.
So it might not be my failure, it's their failure.
And remember too, the first card is 8, right? Infinity, but it says interference. So it's talking about something that's interfering, something, this story started with an interference. It started with something that was interfering with maybe the doorway of the energy you were trying to focus into something, But interference is what led to happiness, according to this story. And now with that happiness, you become the knight of dis, so the knight of everything that connects to the material. Okay, within that, so a lot of earthly, solid ideas, and solid ambitions. And then the story continues, but with failure. But it doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's your failure. It could be the failure of the interference in the beginning of the story.
So what you're saying is this card could mean like this is confronting this.
Yeah, because this is interference. So this is something was, I'm getting, something interfered with the flow, with something within your path, right? But whatever, that interference, the next chapter of that story, you turn into happiness. You turn into balance. Three sets of 3 cups, 9, right? It's a powerful number, right? That's a foundation number, yesod, right? And then the next chapter showed you as a knight of dis. A knight is something that is what? Ready for battle. They have the armor on. They're seen as righteous or disciplined.
So firm in their beliefs.
Firm in their beliefs, right? Like you were like solid in whatever direction you were going. And the next chapter shows failure. But I'm not getting necessarily the failure for you. I'm getting more or less failure for whatever the interference was.
It's interesting that you said discipline because Saturn to me represents discipline, and it looks as if the knight is actually like confronting this, like not that he's enduring that, but like he's confront. To me, it looks like he's confronting that.
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting. Thank
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, excellent job, guys. All right, so we could, it's 10:33, wow. It's happening a lot today. So we could go, someone could go to the hot seat again, or we could just jump straight into the meditation. How's it going, brother? Good to see you.
Good to see you always.
All right. Just to kind of recap you, I know you came now, but we're doing today the discussion on Sagittarius. That's the season we're in right now, Zodiac. So we went over the Temperance card. And then Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so we also went over the Wheel of Fortune card. We kind of went different, we analyzed different variations of the card, different energies, what it means, what stuck out to us on the cards. And then now we're just in the portion of the class where we have the hot seat, and someone can come sit in the hot seat, and then we do like a group reading together. But we do in like 4 cards, so we're trying to tell a story, connected to the story of whatever the question the person has. But with your question, you have to say it. Did anything like relate to kind of what you were asking? Like how was the total reading?
It actually did, but it took a while for it to exactly to like be revealed.
Okay.
Yeah, as to what, but it was pretty close. Yeah.
Wow.
Of course, I don't know where it's gonna end up yet, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole fun about being a knight, right? We just go.
Oh yeah, it came from a the interference came from a extremely dishonest recruiter.
Wow.
Interesting. All right, so anyone want to go on the hot seat?
Can I go on the hot seat?
Okay. So rock, paper, scissors?
You gotta go well. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm Deja. Nice to meet you.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent.
She wanted to go.
Yeah, I introduced
Do you mind being a knight?
Like I was like, did you guys meet? Yeah. It just became a joke for her. It's so funny. Big D
Big D.
in the side.
Back where you came.
Think of a question. Okay.
Can I leave it open
This.
this time and see it's meant to come through.
That was aggressive.
What? I'm just, no, I didn't mean for it to be aggressive. I was just.
That's that Taurus energy, yo. That Taurus energy. No, of course. Listen, it's your will. It's your will, so you can do whatever, right? But you do have to pick which deck we use. You can leave it open, but I don't want to use 2 different decks. You know.
Let's look at the
I just-
don't.
Okay, all right. We got a risk taker here. All right, let's do it. So don't think of a question. Leave it open. Okay.
Don't think of a pink rabbit.
I'm not sure what that means.
Just don't think about it, really. You know.
Why don't you shuffle that thing? Tell me. Yeah.
What happened? Oh, yeah.
You don't play poker, do you?
No. I don't like to bend my cards, like tarot cards.
All right, fair.
Yeah. You know, I'm not trying to use that Sagittarius energy right now. So, you know, then I
What's
don't.
going on over there? Give me those things.
I'm a fixed sign. Here, want to shuffle them? Yeah, please.
I gotta bend them a little bit.
Oh boy.
I won't bridge them for you.
Can't watch.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Well, the corners got bent.
You gotta like actually shuffle them, you know?
It's twitching.
John's twitching.
About to just drop
Can't compute. It's like, oh God, you're doing a great job, my brother.
Hold it the flank now.
Hold on, I can flip one. Yeah, you want to see magic?
Next thing you know, he's gonna be looking for
One more.
Took a nap. So much quicker.
Trying to do without bridging them. It's not-
Do what you gotta do, bro. Just shuffle. That's fine. I don't. You could do it. That's fine, man.
Jesus.
It's just that Taurus energy. It's like
that's
slow.
So it's just coconut.
It's just coconut. It's
Why
needed.
rush, you know?
No, you're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try some.
Go for it. I don't think
We got that. You got that virgin coquito on deck.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that's what the vibe was. You know?
No, it is. That's fine. I got no problem with that.
That's for like comment.
Throw a little kratom in it, right? You'll be good. All right, now that we have the decks magically shuffle, thank you, Mr. Taurus.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now just think of just something open because there's no question. All right, move it here. We need volunteers again. Okay, good. All right, so pick 4 cards.
I can't promise that it'll be good, but
Words of spells, man. Okay. Okay, you have your mind blank?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we have the first card is the 7 of Wands, Valor. Second card is the Fool. Third card is the Queen of Cups. And the fourth card is the 3 of Discs. You doing the first one?
yeah.
All right.
7 of Wands. It just so happens I pulled this one today. So,
This is great. This is great.
so let me just look at the Thoth one real quick, just to get in all the imagery. Okay. So this one, it speaks like a lot of changes coming, like, and you're gonna need to prepare. You know, there's gonna be some aspects of your life that's gonna be different, or you're gonna be presented with new challenges, and you're gonna have to learn how to navigate through those challenges necessarily. It might not be, you know, bad change, but change regardless, you know, it can be seen as like, oh, what's going on? My life's falling apart. But just follow through with it. And that's all I got.
Thank you. You look like you're thinking. I'm just saying.
Girl, just say you want to read.
All right, so who's going to do the second card?
Oh. I was just kidding.
Also want to add with the first card too. Just remember, it's wands. Remember that, it's wands. Yes, there's a lot of wands there. It's not swords, it's wands. And then also notice too that there's Mars in Leo too as well.
I said one. I said one.
No, that's fine.
Oh.
All right, who's next?
I'll read the next one.
Yeah? Okay.
I can kind of like see.
Yeah, so it's the Fool.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so this speaks to being divinely guided, and through your intuition, but not like in a woo-woo sense, not like you're running around like reading cards all day, but like just like like you're naturally inclined to following your inner voice.
Very good. Very good. All right, who wants to volunteer to do the third card? Michael? Michael will do it? All right. Third card is the Queen of Cups.
Queen of Cups. So I feel like throughout your journey, you're finally at a point where you can master your emotions. Very intentional with your emotions, firm, solid. You have a full overstanding of your surroundings. And throughout your story, I felt like a lot of those. Is that the wands?
Yeah, this is Valor.
Right.
Seven of
So you
Wands.
need to burn off with the wands. You burned off a lot of karmic things to be able to master your emotions now. And you're solid in that. Also, I'm not sure if this relates to anything, but something came through with like a spiral. So there's some sort of spiraling like energy going on. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but there's some sort of spiral.
Look at the Fool's card too.
Yeah.
A little spiral around him. Nice job, Mike. Excellent.
Thank you.
Now for the last card. Fourth card. Any volunteers?
Was that Three of Pentacles in this deck? Yeah.
Hmm? Yeah, Three of Pentacles or Three of Discs in the Thoth deck. This is Venus, Mars, and Capricorn. Also work. Want to come up? Want to try it?
Yeah, you're looking at me like.
Or you can sit there and do it.
No, I read. So I'm feeling Phoenix energy like coming through. I don't know, I just seeing it. It feels like with all of these cards you've grown and you have risen as a phoenix does from its own ashes. Things kind of felt as though you were very burnt and you needed this inner strength that you've grown to start over again. And it's almost as if you've kind of just hit a whole reset button, like did that whole 360 with like, you know, just who you keep in your circle in your life. And with this more discernment and more of a selection, you've grown to kind of like as Mike was saying, have this more of a mastery over your emotions, and with that you've now been able to attract more of your soul family and people who actually like resonate with you and who like uplift you and inspire you and fill your cup. You are a magnet. You are like such a magnet for just, yeah, everything beautiful, and yeah, you're just doing good. You are doing the work.
You're doing good.
Doing the work. I like that. All right.
That was awesome.
She has a card for each element. And
Oh.
I did notice that actually. And the
Wow.
Fool was the only major arcana that came out, but I feel like it just makes sense that that was the major arcana that came out with the rest of the cards.
And it's reversed too, but it's
Oh, this is
it's fire, air, water, earth. Meaning it's reversed as far as like the flow of connecting to other stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I see like the wands as like there's different types of wands there. What's a wand? The willpower, fire energy. That's why there's Mars and Leo. So there's like you have multiple powers. You have multiple wands. You have multiple willpowers that connect to different energies, and you're guided by the Fool super consciousness. And you're also the Queen of Cups. You're really mastered your emotions and stuff, and you're doing the work.
I see like toleration altogether. You're less likely to tolerate, so you're creating the life and circle that you pictured for so long. I
You did
think
say that,
in,
didn't you?
in the past you probably left it up to like free will and chance, but I think you grab everything by the reins. Yeah.
Nice.
It's all very accurate.
Wow.
Thank you guys.
That was great.
Nice job, everybody. All right, so we want to do either one more or meditation.
Is it either or are we still doing the meditation?
You guys want to do one more before the meditation?
I think he wants to go, but I'm not sure.
Who? Me? Oh. No, if anybody has to leave, you guys can leave. There's no.
He wants to jump in the hot seat.
Oh, you want to jump in the hot seat? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, all right.
I'm interested. There's a huge crowd here, so the act
Okay.
is quite strong today.
The force is strong with you. Okay. What deck you want to use? As I start shuffling this now.
Well, I guess the felt, because it's the one that resonates with me the most.
Well, let me try the Taurus way, the Briggs way. See if I can.
May I suggest we do a past, present, future pull for James?
Do you want to switch up the whole class, you saying?
Switch up.
I don't think he liked that at all.
Now he doesn't like it.
No, I didn't say anything. I'm asking the question.
John's like, yeah.
What do you feel?
I'm up for.
His whole body's
My
like,
question can be applied in both ways.
So what? The 3 cards?
I don't know. The class next.
Oh,
I want to focus on the question.
Okay, that's fine.
white out. Right? A little white out.
Alright.
Oh, you ready? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
3 or 4 cards.
Can't grab it.
You get to pick. I'm giving you free will to pick.
He says he's giving you free will, but he's picking for you.
No, it's totally up to you. Honestly.
4.
Nice.
All right. You have a question?
Only because it's a very specific question, and I feel past, present, future wouldn't really answer it.
What's going on?
Get it out my way.
You know we're live right now, right?
So good.
Okay, good. Thank you. Appreciate it. This is the blooper section, right? Is that someone's phone?
Yes, my phone.
Okay. No, we're gonna do a reading. That's all.
Stage, bro.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's all right.
Guy playing with the lights, putting his phones.
Literally.
Go ahead, man. What We'll just wait.
Well, I'm waiting for you to finish, so the energy has to like flow, like can't be interrupted, you know. But we want you to be comfortable too, as well. All right, all right. Thank you, brother.
No, I trust him.
I shuffle them. I use your method too.
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Actually
I really,
shuffling.
yes.
That's my method.
Shuffling is shuffling, right? Oh, it's a quick way to pull them. Okay.
You sure you want that one?
I don't know.
Just move the lighting a little too.
Are these all Trumps?
So first card is the Prince of Discs. Second card is the Two of Discs, change. Third card is the Empress. And the fourth card is art. Good thing I shuffled this time. So we have any different volunteers?
I feel like Worshipful Danny may want to volunteer on this one.
Ooh, just throwing out titles there. This guy's just throwing out titles, bro. Wow. Wow. Caution.
I'll go second.
Okay. Briggs, you want to take the first one? There's a bull there. It's okay. All right.
No.
Camera shy, I get it.
I'll do the
Fellow
first
Path
one.
Andrew.
Oh, yeah, Andrew, you want to do the first card?
A, B.
Come on, Capricorn.
Maybe I'll do a second card.
I think he just called the second card.
Second
Oh, I
card.
did? Oh, I did third card then.
Okay, that's good.
You down to try? I forgot his name. What's your name again? Joel. You want to try?
No, I like to
You're in a
observe.
safe space, man. It's good.
Yeah, I know, but I like to observe.
Okay.
That's fine.
Feel safe over there.
That's fine.
But I think I'm getting it though. I'm getting it.
So is anyone-
Deja, can you do the first card, please?
Okay.
Because it's Taurus there, and I feel like that would make sense, you know. I tried on the other Taurus, but this Taurus is in the hot seat, so we got to use one of them.
I'm the last one standing.
Or the only one standing.
Okay.
I'll make it easier for everybody.
Oh,
Good thing it was empty.
That's very Taurus of you.
it is.
Yeah.
Like a bull in a china shop.
That's how we are, man.
So is Prince Knight, like knights in this deck?
I think they have, yeah, I guess Prince could be knights. Yep.
So I feel like you're taking charge of some things in your life right now. It could just be like an overall energy of you taking lead and just kind of like grabbing life by, I don't know how to put it into the
Grabbing
right
life by the
words.
horns?
Yeah, like by the horns.
Okay, grab the bull by the horns, I like
It could
that.
be a certain situation that kind of pushed you over the edge, and you just decided to like take full control over your life or just that situation itself, because you want to be in a position where you are able to provide yourself with that stability and that security and not rely on someone else to provide you with that, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling from this card. That you are seeking that stability and security from yourself. You know that you are able to give that to yourself. And so you're taking charge now. That's what I got.
Excellent. All right, let's just, yeah, because now we
No, that was
we kind of, yeah, now that's,
oh no.
okay.
Here we go. Wait, I got a picture.
Oh, you're doing the second card, right?
Well,
I want to play off like
Yeah, you could tie in the first and the second card together. Okay.
just to play off of what she was going with. I think in the past you really focused on movement, right? Instead of precision, and you kind of just went into things blindly just to see how, like to test yourself, right? But I think as you grow older, you're really start stopping and evaluating and taking a more balanced approach into whatever goals you have or whatever decisions you're looking into. Instead of being so, you're more practicing temperance and balance.
That's good. Ooh, that's really good. All right. Who's doing the third card? That was you, right, Andrew? Mr. Fellowcraft?
I just want to add on to what you said.
Hold on.
Too. Like, I think that's Knight of Pentacles in the Dove deck, right? I also see that as a very like stable energy. Like they're not impulsive. They take their time to make decisions, and evaluate everything before moving forward with that decision.
Look what they're holding too. Look what they're holding. That's a scepter of power right there.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at that, but I wasn't sure what it actually.
Yeah, if you ever look at pictures with kings and queens that they have, that's a scepter. Shows dominion and power, rulership. Okay.
Alright, so feeding off of what Danny was saying, I'm looking at the first card. You can see the guy's eyes are closed, and he's the bull is taking charge. So it's like he said, like I feel like you jumped into whatever it is, blindly, but with that you're seeking balance. Like you're finding balance with whatever path you're taking. And with this, I feel like this feels like more to me like you have a set, like you know exactly what path you want to take now. It's pretty much mindset to you, and that's pretty much what you're probably going to fulfill. That's how I kind of feel about it.
Yeah, because that third one is the Empress, right?
Yeah.
Remember what Empress connects to, guys? What planet? Venus, right? And do you remember what Hebrew letter it connects to? And what's Daleth? A door.
Also, Venus is a brighting of light, no?
The morning star?
Yeah.
I think you're onto something there. And it looks like there's a double-headed either eagle or swan there, too, on the shield.
I think it's
Right?
it looks like I'll name that swan or eagle.
It's definitely double-headed, right?
It's like a thunderbird or something.
Oh yeah. And
The heads are facing each other. Usually you see the heads opposite.
and they're meeting heads at the moon. Or like that looks like a moon, like right there. Like right where their beaks meet.
Like a thunderbird to me. Or a phoenix.
Could be a phoenix. Could be a phoenix.
A double-headed phoenix.
All right, now what about the last card to complete the story for him? The card of art or temperance.
Right.
I went already.
I think
We're trying to be fair.
Okay.
try,
All right. All right. Are you going to take another stab at it? Okay, all right. I like that Aries energy right there. You just jump right in.
I mean, simply put, I think you're gonna find both ways work for you, because you already know what you want in the end point. And 2 + 2 = 4, so does 3 + 1. Your goal is 4, and I think either way you go about it, you're still gonna get it, and you're gonna find satisfaction. You just learn 2 different ways to get to whatever destination you're going.
Wow. I feel like that's spot on.
Yo, that is.
With the conversations we had, that's so spot on.
What do you think?
His mind is below. Look at it.
Like
Okay.
4 representing like a destination, right?
4 is also about stability, no?
Yeah, because 4 is the what? The cube. Right? 4 is the cube. Okay. 4 is a 4-letter name, right? 4 is
elements.
The 4 elements. 4 cards here.
I'm interested. What is your take on this?
My take?
Yeah, your take. We never really had the teacher read the card.
I'm a student too, man.
I think Dalek is 4 also. Dalek is 4.
With the door, yeah.
Yeah, because it's 4, but it's the 3rd card because the Fool is 0. Okay, but
Well, I mean, the gematria for Dalek.
yeah, it's the number. Okay, it's 4. Yep. Yeah, that's interesting too. So you got, like you said, everyone touched on a lot of good stuff. You said the guy was blind, so he's getting that Taurus energy. Is just you were in a fixed way of movement. Yeah, but remember the Taurus too, if it's an animal, and if it's a tarot card, the animal, if it's below the man, then it represents animalistic urges, nature, drives, forces, and meaning your true self, the inner self that operates
That higher self.
or should be operating is kind of blind to it, or even naked. He doesn't have even clothes on himself.
So emotion and logic, those 2 first cards,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Could be. The second card is change. So it shows some change had to happen to get you to that door. Okay? And this change shows the energy of Jupiter, expansive abundance energy in that Capricorn, like that earthly drive. There's still some earth into it because the first card is this, earth, right? The next one is this. But you see balance here, right? You see the Ouroboros, the snake. So it's like a balanced way of using that Jupiter energy on Capricorn got you to the door. So now the door is open, and that open door leads to art or temperance. It leads to vitrol, meaning go within, go deeper. Go deeper and find that stone. That's what I got.
Interesting. All right.
Great.
That was very spot on, necessarily, I want to say.
I never heard anyone say spot on like that. Like question. It's so questionable.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's because it was a
Like
complicated
it was
question.
spot on.
But it would see, that's a problem too, just so, disclaimer. If you're looking for a yes or no answer, tarot is not really the best way for yes or no answers. It's not. You need a pendulum or geomancy. Those are 2 good ways
Magic 8 ball.
It's still kind of answering
for
the question.
a yes or no answer. Because tarot is open to interpretation. And tarot is really, they're symbols of energies and powers, astrologically and planetarily, and within the cosmos. So if you're looking for a yes or no answer, you might have went down a path that maybe didn't give it, but
Oh,
it's
no, it gave it.
okay. So then it is spot on.
Yeah.
I think knowing you, you're not looking for a yes or no answer. You're looking for someone to agree with the answer you already picked.
I guess so.
Know thyself. All right.
All right.
Excellent job, everybody.